Back in Week 13, the Lions lost a blowout in their previous game against the Bears. Can Chicago finish the sweep? Find out next on Madden Football.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. Off we go from Soldier Field. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. He won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he just looked indecisive. He didn't look like he was very comfortable operating within this system, and it led to a combination of poor throws and, frankly, a lot of bad decisions. I think he needs to stop just locking in on one guy. Let the offense unfold. Trust what the play caller and the game plan have established.
Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game. That is Marcus Davenport in there for the sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. He'll try to run for it. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll find the first rounder out of Washington, Rome Odunze. A lot of terrific quarterbacks from Southern California, and here's another one. The rookie gets his team a first down.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, 1st overall pick. Odunze, #9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Back to throw. Bajan. That's caught left side by Odunze. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least third and manageable.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Beaton. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Not much happening there, just a short game. They'll go again with Swift. And he's into the end zone. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
So 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. A safe kick taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Inside the 40. It's a foot race. And he's going to take this one coast to coast. 95 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense, you watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown, and you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this, and they go back and get a score of their own.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And he is the NFL leading rusher here in the month of December. A strong finish in the final stretch could earn him the crown. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. The Bears sending out their punt team. Deep for the Lions, Collie Freeman. This brought in out past the 20. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. It is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Finding space at the 15. And they are not going to catch up. He's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is into the hands of Allen downfield. And he'll be taken down at the 30.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Throwing Bajan. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down. Here's Swift. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have a Bears first down by about a yard. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 5. On the ground, it's Swift. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Another run here, another run by Swift. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Now Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Santos's kick is good. And the Bears are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And as we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. He'll look to throw. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
Now they'll set up to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. taken on in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Bait snap for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Lions are out to a 21-10 lead. Four seconds still to be played in this half as that one's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Now, a deep shot for Allen. That's caught! And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Mike.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll run it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. A tight end in motion now. Now, faking the give. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Montez Sweat that time fights his way in to record the sack.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate, not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance,
he slams it in there, and he is in. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Lions. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 17 and 18 on the year. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it's going to be 4th down. The Bears send out their punt team as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Raymond going to return it. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some 1st downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. Could they have called the push-off there? They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Back to the air once more on second down. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Detroit. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He connects with St. Brown. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Taking off, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Bears. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This pass caught, right side, it's Allen. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Throw it again. It's Williams. We're trying to set up the screen here to Swift. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down and 9. Williams to the air once more. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there, or just simple underneath.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense. They're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
A run here with Gibbs. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
And this is how you just keep wearing down a defense. You find yourself with a pretty big lead. Now can they just lean on this run game the rest of the way and close this game out with a win?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Off he goes. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
I can tell you from firsthand, Mike, seeing it unfold, runs like this demoralize any defense. I mean, he's been doing it pretty much since the beginning of the game, and they have yet to find an answer for keeping him under wraps. He has run wild from that quarterback position.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him. A loss on the play back to the 9-yard line.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And he's got another one. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That's his third touchdown of the game. He's got 19 on the year. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will add one more onto their big lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Williams to throw on second down. He keeps it himself. The Lions called their first time out.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. So, it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. the Lions offense. And their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. And he will score. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Here's Bates for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions stretch things out even further. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. On second down, it's Williams. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions add on to their already sizable lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. Here's Williams. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.